Yo, and hello and welcome to the 180th episode of GameSpeak Podcast. New episodes go for free feed subscribers every Wednesday in audio format on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Google Play, Spotify, and all of your favorite podcast platforms, as well as in video format on YouTube, so you can see us in stunning high definition, where we need you to hit subscribe and click that notification bell. We are now streaming live every Tuesday at 7:50 p.m. CST on twitch.tv/GameSpeakPodcast. If you want to catch the show live as it happens before anyone else, this show is two childhood BFFs bringing you all things video games. You can find us online at GameSpeakPodcast.com, where we need you to subscribe to our official newsletter so we can make sure you never miss an episode. You'll get that shit in the mail. Not like the snail mail, but the email. Yeah. Also, be sure to join the community in the Facebook group at facebook.com/group/GameSpeakPodcast to hang and talk games with other nerds like us. I'm one of your hosts, JAMAL Jafra, alongside Brent Billions Bass. Brent Billions Bass.
I thought you were about to call me Build-A-Bear Bass, huh? I was like, okay.
I mean...
Billions is better.
Billions is better. I feel
it
like...
implies that I'm a billionaire or something.
Or worth a billion.
Or I have a billion of something. If I had a billion of anything, it would be in good shape, you know?
Maybe. You could have a billion ants in your house. That wouldn't be in good shape.
I mean, I could find... Okay, maybe if they're in my house, but if I had like a billion ants in a big box, I'm sure there's some kind of ant vendor that would buy a billion ants, you know?
Yeah, that person might need to be checked by the FBI.
Like, maybe for science, you know what I mean?
They're like, yes, I need 1 billion ants.
I'm making an ant. Well, I don't know what kind of horrible thing you could do with ants, but it wouldn't be pretty.
They like, have you ever seen ants, like how they can hang on to each other and like become like an air bubble when they go in water so they like don't die? You never seen that?
No.
Like ants will literally like form little air bubbles around each other, and they can create like this ball that is like almost like liquid, but it's just all of them. They're just like malleable and like, anyways, it's some weird shit to YouTube if you ever get bored. Look up ants, ant ball. Look up ant ball.
Ant ball.
Yeah,
wow.
It's insane.
For those of you just joining us,
ant ball. Yeah, so look that up on YouTube and it will blow your mind.
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah, so what have you been up to, Brent?
Well, now I'm just thinking about ant balls, but this past week I've been hanging out, doing my thing. Me and my girlfriend decided we were going to go kayaking, so we went up to my parents' property in Llano, and we kayaked. It was a lot of fun. There's hella scorpions up there, though.
Did you get stung?
No, I didn't get stung, thankfully, but I'm like terrified of scorpions. It's like one of my biggest fears, legitimately.
Yeah, because they're like spiders, but scary.
But mean.
Er.
Yeah. And like, man, I don't know. They're everywhere. Like every time you'd go outside, you'd see them like on the ground and stuff. I don't know.
Yeah, they're just looking for prey.
They're looking. Apparently, they're eating grasshoppers and shit out there. And my parents said there was rattlesnakes too. So the whole time, I'm just like looking for the.
Yeah, that I hate that shit. That's like, I love the country.
Yeah.
But I hate that shit.
Yeah.
Like, you're just constantly on edge. It's like everything's out to murder you.
Yeah, dude. It's like, I don't know. It's what I imagine the Australian outback would be like if there was just kangaroos instead of deer.
For real.
Know? Except there's probably deer in Australia too.
Yeah.
Australia's got like everything.
They got like weird deer that look like I don't even know how to explain it.
I feel like Australia's got more murder animals than like anywhere else. You
oh
know
yeah,
what I mean?
Dude, even the kangaroos. The kangaroos
are
murder
mean,
animals. Yeah. They'll fuck you up.
Yeah,
I've Mike Tyson.
I've seen videos of them like beating up people's dogs and stuff. Like,
yeah, dude. They always go for the dogs.
They're messed up, man.
They're fucking psychopaths.
I'm telling you.
Just kangaroos are just a population of psychopathic like marsupials. But I was gonna say, wait, are they marsupials? Yeah, because they have a pouch.
So.
They got a pouch. Yeah. Anyways, I was gonna say, this has nothing to do with games, so we can talk about it. But did you watch the trailer for the Batman movie?
Yes.
Dude, tell me that shit don't look fire.
It kind of looks fire, dude.
Everybody was hating on my boy Team Edward over here.
Was this like before the trailer or because I haven't heard any hate after the trailer? Because this shit looks fresh.
Because remember, we talked about this before, and I was like, Team Edward, this shit's gonna be dope.
Yeah.
Because everybody was hating. They were like, oh yeah, he's not gonna be a good Batman because he was in Twilight. I'm like, dude, this guy has been in a bunch of shit.
Yeah.
He's a good actor
since Twilight. You know, that was a long time ago. He was like a little kid. you know.
That's what I'm saying. Even without him aside, Paul Dano as like fucking the Riddler is gonna be dope as hell. Paul
Just
Dano's
the Riddler
like,
in general.
Yeah, Gentler.
In general, I'm excited to see like a modern, like
and Penguin,
darker Riddler. You know,
Colin Farrell is the Penguin.
Oh, I didn't even see Penguin in the
yeah,
commercial.
He's fucking there, dude.
That's exciting.
It's gonna
man.
be good. I'm excited. Yeah.
There's a lot of cool Batman shit going on right now, dude. You know what I mean? Like.
Oh yeah, we'll get to more of that in the gaming thing. But I did notice like Batman took on kind of like an MMA style type thing where he just beat the shit out of the guy while he was down.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, that's some like they must have like an MMA trainer like showing him like how he should be fighting.
His little judo throw thing.
Yeah.
He did. Yeah.
He's like, vengeance.
I mean, they've always kind of had I don't know. I think it's going to be I think the fight scenes are going to be well choreographed.
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
Just from that little trailer. I'm excited.
It's going to be thick, dude. I'm ready for this. I don't know what that means, but it's something good.
Yeah.
It's going to be
thick and juicy.
Yeah, dude. I'm ready to bite into that. But not Robert Pattinson. I'm talking about like the movie.
Yeah.
Just to be clear. We're like talking about Batman. Like, it's going to be thick.
Although he doesn't look bad as Batman.
He does not look bad as Batman.
No, he looks good.
Very handsome.
Yeah.
Very handsome man.
Yeah.
Like just like a bunch of moms. You know that
he's a handsome young man.
Robert Pattinson is such a handsome young man.
He's such a gentleman too. You know.
I know.
Yeah, I mean, he's gonna make a great Batman. Okay.
But anyways, besides that, what else happened? I'm trying to remember. There was some crazy stuff that happened this week that I can't even remember now.
Yeah, I'm drawing a big old blank right now.
Yeah,
I'm sure it'll hit me while we're doing the real news. You know.
I'm further in my certification, the A+ cert. I'm like over halfway done with it now, like with the book. It's like I'm literally like reading a McGraw-Hill textbook, so it's like this thick ass book, but I'm almost done.
So you can build a computer, but can you build a computer that can play Microsoft Flight Simulator, bro?
I mean, I could. It's going to cost a lot of money, but yes. That's really what it comes down to. I've found a lot of it is just like, how much money do you want to spend? Yeah. It's not even about like, oh, is this difficult?
Well, you can kind of see how good of a deal the new Xboxes are going to be now when you really start getting a little technical insight.
Once I understood what teraflops are. Like, I really didn't even know what teraflops were until I started the certification. Now I'm like, oh, teraflops are dope.
Yeah,
so,
you got to have teraflops, man.
Yeah, now I'm starting to question the PS5. Because they got less teraflops.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, how are you going to tell me it's just as powerful, but you got less floppies over there?
I got to say, though, in PS5's defense, their controller looks really neat. I like the haptic.
The DualSense?
Yeah.
I mean, that's going to be the same for Xbox, though, I thought.
They're not going to have, like, haptic feedback in the triggers, are they?
Yeah.
Are they?
I thought that was just a next-gen thing across the board.
Oh, if that's just a next, then fuck it, man. Shit.
I could be wrong. I thought it was, though. I thought Microsoft said they were doing the same shit.
I don't know.
Damn.
Maybe. If they are, then that would be awesome.
So the whole thing about that, did we already talk about haptic feedback stuff that we could just go ahead and talk about it, or is there news about it?
I think we talked about it like last week. I could be wrong.
Well, I was going to say, I was thinking about the haptic feedback thing and like how they were talking about how in certain games you'll what was it for Deathloop where like
the shotgun
will jam sometimes and it'll just stop the trigger from working. People are going to break that shit.
Yeah.
You know, like
the trigger's just going to get stuck, jammed.
Or it might not get jammed, but it'll just break whatever mechanism is like holding that.
Pulling it too hard.
Yeah, because people are just going to, like, kids are going to get pissed off or like, you're going to like squeeze really hard, not thinking about it, just like in the moment and just, oh shit, I just fucked up my controller.
Surely they have it like made to withstand some squizzing. You know what I mean?
You would hope so, but I don't know. I just want to see it in action. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it should be a beta thing.
I want to feel it. Like, if it feels like heavy duty,
Yeah.
I don't know. I have an image in my head, and it's probably way cooler than what the reality is. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking is the case, is that it sounds way cooler than it actually is. I feel like people are going to be like, God, I wish I could turn this shit off, but we'll see.
You probably can. I would be surprised if you can't turn that feature off.
Yeah, can you imagine just like playing in a game and your gun jams and like fucking Like, it's just going to be annoying, honestly. Like, I think it might get annoying.
I don't know. I think it's going to be a cool
It'll be a cool
feature.
single-player experience, but if you put that multiplayer, people's TVs are going to be broken.
Yeah, maybe a multiplayer. I don't think it's going to be a big deal at the end of the day. I think it'll be, like, implemented in a few games, probably.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It'll be like the in the Grand Theft Auto, where on PlayStation, your controller flashes blue and red when the cops are after you and stuff like that. You know? That
much-needed little immersion right there.
Yeah. I mean, PlayStation's always kind of done little things with their controller that's, like, special, like, you know, the microphone, or not the microphone, but the speaker in the controller, where, like, when you reload in some games, you'll hear it, like, click-clack in the controller.
It's like on the Wii.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
Anyways, let's get into the gaming news since we are already talking about some gaming stuff. Just so you guys know, we are using articles from gaming news sites from around the web, and we do not claim any of the articles as our own. We are simply giving commentary on said articles, and just bringing them into one place, and you know, making sure you get the news each week. Thank you for stopping by if you're out there in the stream. Anyways, let's start it off with some Batman news.
Gotta have the Batman news.
So, IGN says, Rocksteady Studios, primary developer of the Batman Arkham games, revealed its long-awaited next game, Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, with a trailer and some brief details. In Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, players take control of Harley Quinn, Captain Boomerang, Deadshot, and King Shark, who are tasked with taking down a mind-controlled Justice League. They can be played solo or with up to 4 players cooperatively. If you're playing single player with AI-controlled teammates, you'll be able to switch between different characters at will. Rocksteady Studios' Sefton Hill confirms Suicide Squad is a continuation of the Arkhamverse that began in Batman Arkham Asylum and came to its seeming end in Batman Arkham Knight. Hill explained that Suicide Squad is part of this world and will actually let players see the continuation of plot threads and characters first introduced in those Arkham games. Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League is slated for release in 2022 for PS5, Xbox Series X, and PC. So we have a long time to wait. But
I'm sorry.
Go ahead. What were you going to say?
I'm just saying, like, I'm halfway between being really excited about this game and halfway like, fuck this game. You know what I mean? Not fuck this game specifically, just like, I don't care about Suicide Squad. You know what I mean?
I don't care about Suicide Squad either, but that trailer was dope.
The trailer looked dope. I would love for the Justice League to be like the bad guys. I think that's a fun concept. I think that like it's gonna be fun, like fighting them as bosses throughout the game. You know what I mean?
Also, that was pretty fucking scary. Superman like actually gave me like fear for a second.
Yeah.
I was like, what? Like whenever he like
disintegrated
floats up,
that guy.
I was like, please no. And then, like at that point, I'm like, so what are we even gonna do? That's you can't stop Superman, like unless you have kryptonite on you.
Yeah, that's gonna be a crazy fucking fight. Can you imagine that? Like,
yeah, and like he just pulled up like right there. So my question is like, do they already have kryptonite? Like, I imagine in the game we're gonna see that same scene happen again, but then one of them's gonna be like, "Good thing I keep this on me," you know. And it's like,
I'd be willing to bet that's early game, and like, it's like sets up because they look shocked when they saw Superman. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
they're like, what are we gonna? Who are we supposed to be fighting? And Superman flies up, and they like point at Superman. You know what I mean? So it's like at that point they don't even really know who they're like
the bad
after.
guys are,
yeah.
It looks awesome.
If you're gonna fight Superman, you got to come up with a big elaborate plan that involves kryptonite. You know what I mean?
Of course.
I don't know. It's gonna be interesting.
But that means you're also gonna be fighting Batman.
Yeah. Well, if it's a continuation of the Rocksteady Batman universe, I can't remember if Batman actually died at the end of the third game.
I don't know. I didn't play Arkham Knight.
I think he either died or faked his death at the end of the third game. So it's like,
I bet you he shows back up. I
probably.
bet you he ain't actually dead. But then again,
then that leaves Wonder Woman and Flash and a bunch of other fucking
Green Lantern.
Yeah, you got to fight a bunch of badasses.
Dude, it's gonna be tight.
It's not coming out till 2022, right?
2022.
But it's also multiplayer, which is sweet. Like,
so is the other game. Did you get the news
I did.
for that?
We could talk about that. I don't even really have to like read the thing about it. They showed off Gotham Knights.
Yeah, so Batman Gotham Knights.
This isn't set in the same universe. This is set in its own little
okay. So
universe.
This is its own thing.
Yeah, and in this one, Batman is dead, and he sent out like a thing like, hey, everybody come to the Batcave or whatever. And so, you know,
it starts
Batwoman
out pretty
and
like
Nightwing and a bunch of other, I don't know.
Yeah, it shows like I guess it's at that point, was it Nightwing?
It's
or,
Nightwing, Robin, Batgirl, and the Red Hood. Yeah.
Yeah, which Red Hood and Nightwing are just Robins, but
Yeah,
so
what? That doesn't make sense.
there's 3 Robins, but because there's different Robins,
right? Robin was Nightwing after he got tortured by
no, you're thinking of Red Hood.
I'm thinking of Red Hood.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, Jason Todd.
Yeah.
So Jason Todd is Red Hood, and then isn't Dick Grayson Nightwing?
Dick Grayson is Nightwing, but he was Robin for a little while.
So who's the new Robin? I don't know about the new Robin.
Is I can't remember what his name is, but he's like the newest one.
Yeah.
Either way, it
looks dope.
It looks dope. It doesn't look as dope as the other
Arkham
one,
series,
but this one's coming out sooner, I think, right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, this one's coming out in 2021.
Okay.
So it's coming to PC, PS4, PS5, Xbox One, and Xbox Series X. And it looks dope, and it's 2-player.
Yeah, it's co-op, and you'll be able to play as, like, Batgirl. And
it showed some of the co-op, too. It looked cool. Like, it showed Nightwing, like, going through a room silently taking people out while Catwoman is in the middle of the room. Or not Catwoman, Batgirl. Sorry. well,
they're all the same.
Yeah, well, Batgirl's in the middle of the room kicking everybody's ass. And then, like, it showed them fight Mr. Freeze, you know? Which looked pretty cool. The like combat almost had like an Assassin's Creed Odyssey kind of look to it, with like the damage showing up over the people you're fighting's head after you hit them and stuff.
Yeah, that's my only thing is, like, I hope this isn't just a beat 'em up. Like, I hope there's actually, like, some Arkham feel to it. You know what I'm saying?
I'm sure there will be.
Like, I want some deep lore, like, which, honestly, I guess we can't expect that from WB Montreal. I guess we'll get that in Suicide Squad.
I don't know, man. If it's anything, if it's even close to as good as Origins, I don't think we'll be disappointed. I mean, that wasn't a bad game. It just wasn't as good as the Rocksteady games. You know what I mean?
I do like the premise of Batman being dead, though, and it's like if you're getting this video, I'm dead, and it's just like, oh, cool, and it's like that. It starts out pretty dark, and then you guys have to become the Gotham Knights, basically, and then it's mixed with the owl thing, which I don't.
Court of Owls.
Yeah, which I know nothing about.
I didn't read about that. Yeah, that's it's like a comic book storyline.
Yeah, but that's the thing is, like, I'm just not a comic book guy. Like, I'm not against comic books. I just don't know enough about it to be like, oh, it's this thing. It's this plot line. But hopefully that's a good thing, I guess. I think people were excited about that. So
it looks pretty good.
Yeah, looks interesting. Let me see. So I want to find some more interesting news. So Microsoft's newest in-house studio, The Initiative, still has yet to announce or even tease its first game, but it's already building up hype by building a talented and well-regarded team. Studio head Daryl Gallagher just announced a slew of new hires on LinkedIn, joining a team that already has some very big names on it. The announcement included 16 new names working across various departments, including developers from Respawn Entertainment, Crystal Dynamics, Naughty Dog, Bungie, as well as talent making the switch from other areas of the entertainment industry as well. The new hires have an impressive list of shipped games between them and includes Crystal Dynamics' Remy Lacoste, game director on Shadow of the Tomb Raider and Marvel's Avengers, and lead on many of its earlier games, as well as Christine Thompson, a lead writer on Destiny 2 and Star Trek Online. They join an impressive list of previously hired talent, including Red Dead Redemption writer and designer Christian Cantamessa and God of War producer Brian Westergaard. The project they're working on is still top secret, but this is the team that Microsoft calls, quote, quadruple A. So like I want to know what's gonna happen with this. This better be next fucking level.
No
dude.
doubt.
Like, they can't just keep teasing this stuff and like being like, oh, look at all these cool people we brought in here, and then put out some bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think they're really trying to like, be like, hey guys, look at all. I think that's kind of more of like a thing for people who buy stock in their company and shit. You know what I mean?
I don't know, man. I really think they're trying to speak to the people as well at this point, because this is one of their first party studios, so they're trying to be like, don't worry guys, we got our version of God of War coming. I
don't know, in my opinion, and that's probably what they're trying to do, but in my opinion, I feel like at this point in time, you just need to like not do that. You just need to not say shit until you have something ready. You know what I mean?
Which I agree, but it's like, I just feel like at this point they're trying to be like, this is going to be the shit. But we don't have any idea. I bet they haven't even started working on a game. The fact that they're still hiring people like this, writers and things like that, and producers, it's like, what is happening over there? What is the initiative, even at this point?
I'm sure they've started working on something, but I doubt it's like past the very, very early stages of development. You know what I mean? Like,
do you think it'll be something entirely new, or do you think it'll be a reboot of an old Xbox?
It'll be new. It'll be a new IP. In my opinion, I think so. I don't know though.
But see, with something big, or like if they're wanting it to be as big as Phil Spencer is making it out to be, I feel like you have to work on an IP that already exists. Because if it's something new, you're not going to bring people to Xbox with a untested, oh, this is an IP that.
But you did originally. I mean, look at Halo.
No, originally. That was back.
That's the thing. You got to be brave here. If you're going to do quadruple A, you can't just make some rehashed bullshit. Like, that's the problem with, like, almost all games today. It's like everybody just wants remakes. It's like we need a developer to step up and, like, take the initiative. You know what I mean?
Wow.
And fucking.
All right. I like where that's going.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
And fucking, like, put out something new. A new thing that's going to draw people in. You know what I mean?
Even if it has the name of something else. I mean, like, how do you feel about that? Like, what if it was Perfect Dark, say, but it looked nothing like Perfect Dark? Like,
I wouldn't want. I mean, I would play it. You know what I mean?
Like, it was just next
but it
level blows your mind.
It wouldn't be next level to me just because it's Perfect Dark. You know what I mean? Like, if you had the same exact game and named it something different, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Then I could get on board with. I just can't. Like, if it's gonna, it can't be like an old IP. Like, no. Especially with this new studio. Now, if you establish yourself as a studio, then take on a new IP. You're an old IP. You know what I mean? Like a Guerrilla Collective is a good example on PlayStation side of the fence. You know what I mean? With the fucking
Horizon Zero Dawn.
You know what I mean? If they were to say, okay, our next game is going to be like, I don't know, fucking a next Mass Effect or something, I'd be like, all right, we'll see what you do. You know what I mean? But at this point, it's like you have to establish yourself first, I feel like.
Okay.
I don't know, though.
No, I agree with you. I think I went in not agreeing with you, but left agreeing. So you got me on that one. What do you got? I just read that one. So
let's see what we got here. Okay, we got to talk about it. One of the latest developments in the ongoing Epic versus Apple legal battle has turned the controversial antitrust lawsuit filed by Fortnite developer Epic Games into a public he said, she said. A recent legal filing from Apple reveals that Epic had originally reached out with a request to introduce features which would allow it, among other things, to circumvent Apple's 30% fee on Fortnite microtransactions back in late June. Despite Apple's rejection of Epic's request, Epic went ahead with its plan in August, which Apple characterizes in the legal filing as a deliberate choice Epic made to cheat Apple. The way Apple presents Epic's request from June characterizes the studio as expecting special treatment for its IP before enacting a calculated decision to breach the App Store's policies when not given its way. But Epic CEO Tim Sweeney has spoken up on social media about what he refers to as a misleading characterization of Epic's ongoing request. Apple's statement is misleading, Sweeney stated in a tweet. You can read my email in Apple's filing, which is publicly available. I specifically said in Epic's request to the Apple execs that we hope Apple will also make these options available to all iOS developers.
That's still the same thing.
That
just because you throw in that little and we hope this is for everyone.
Not only that, but I went and read the letter that he's talking about, and not only is he asking to circumvent the 30% fee for the thing, he's asking
for everyone.
No, not only that, he's asking Apple if they can put an Epic Game Store app on Apple so they can sell their games through Epic Game Store's app on Apple. Like, no. No. Are you fucking kidding me? And he conveniently leaves that out in his little rant about the letter. You know what I mean? It's like, you know that you're fucking being a little greedy fuck. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? You saw that Apple's a $2 trillion company now, and you're like, oh, well, they don't need all that money. Fuck them. You know what I mean? Like, no.
But it's okay, that's just like the part of me that understands capitalism, where I'm just like, it's their money. They can do whatever the fuck they want. It's their company.
Yeah,
you know,
dude.
like you can't just come in here and be like, oh, you're making too much money. Let's split it up for the. It's like you can't.
This is America. Like, fuck.
If they want to, sure, but they don't want to do that.
I'm 100% on Apple's side here.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I am too.
Epic's being a little baby because they can't get their fucking way. You know what I mean? And they're trying to rally everybody up to be against Apple. You know, they had this like tournament the other day, like the free Fortnite Cup. Like Fortnite's fucking in jail. It's like, bitch, you did that to yourself. It's like that meme where the guy's riding the bike and he sticks the stick in his front tire and he's like, why did you do this to me?
Yeah.
It's like, no, you did this to yourself and you knew what you were gonna do and you did it. Like, you're fucking dumb.
I really hate that this is happening because it's like they were doing so good about, like, you know, I was with them all the way with the Steam thing. I was with them on everything. And then like this, I'm like, all right, now you're just a little bitch. Like,
yeah, the Steam thing is one thing, you know, because we're talking about just computers. You know what I mean? Like, you can't just claim computers. Like, you know what I mean? But like,
that would make more sense in the 1984 thing of being like, oh, it's a monopoly. Steam has a monopoly, and we're here to circumvent that monopoly and create, you know, like some type of competition. But with this, it makes no sense because it's not just, there's not just the Apple Store. You know, you could put it on your own thing. You could have your own app, but it wouldn't be, you know, part of the Apple Store, you know? That's
like Google going to Apple and being like, hey, we're going to put the Google Play Store on Apple. Like, no, you're not going to do that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
What the fuck? Like, I just don't understand, man.
I don't know.
Where do they get off?
That's what I'm saying. Like, they legitimately are, like, being some big bullies here, just going around like, you know what, we're going to take what we want. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
Like, this is the worst time to do it, too, because I feel like their game's dying out at this point.
Dude, yeah.
You know, you should have played nice. That's all I'm saying. Be a little bit smarter about your shit. So speaking of lawsuits and shit, this one isn't really a lawsuit, but I feel like it's going to turn into one. Steve Watts at GameSpot says several Lab Zero employees recently left en masse due to studio director Mike Zemont refusing to step down following harassment allegations. Now publisher Hidden Variable and Skullgirls IP holder Autumn Games have officially cut ties with Lab Zero. Quote, Autumn Games and Hidden Variable Studios fully support those employees who have chosen to stand by their principles and leave in light of that behavior, and we find their allegations to be credible. The statement reads, as such, effective immediately, we will no longer be working with Mike Zemont or Lab Zero Games, end quote. The statement goes on to emphasize that Hidden Variable is an independent studio and its formal relationship with Autumn not Lab Zero, but it says Skullgirls will continue without Zemont's involvement. Employees who left said that Zemont bullied and intimidated employees. They had confronted him with the behavior and said Zemont apologized and promised to step down, but then refused, prompting the employees to leave instead. One of the employees retweeted the statement asking fans to please continue supporting Skullgirls and the many wonderful people who work on it.
What the fuck is Skullgirls?
I don't know, dude.
Am I supposed to be like, oh shit, fucking Skullgirls?
This is the most important IP of our generation. No, I don't know what Skullgirls is, but apparently this guy was like a dickhole and like would just bully people, and then he was like, fine, I'll step down after like a bunch of people confronted him, and then he like turned around and was like, actually, I'm not leaving, and then started bullying people again, like instantly. Like, I guess, like, I don't know who this guy is. And these are some allegations. But even the people who made the allegations, they were like, he doesn't have to step down. They're like, but we're not going to stay. They're like, it's his right. It's his company. You know, he can do whatever he wants, but he's not going to have anybody that works with him. So, you know,
well,
it is what it is. So Skullgirls lives on in a different way, I guess.
All right. Okay, Grand Theft Auto 5 is a game with many paranormal and alien secrets.
Oh, yes.
You know what? I'm not even going to read this,
Yeah,
but they
just
found
tell me.
some hackers, some data miners, you know what I mean?
Hackers.
Some hackers. They found an alien mission in Grand Theft Auto Online that came with the most recent update.
That people that isn't unlocked yet?
It's not. Nobody's found a way to access it yet. other than data mining. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So there could be a way to get it in game, or it could just not be, patched all the way into the game yet. But it's interesting because there's videos on YouTube of the data miner guy actually playing the mission, and like he goes up to this big UFO model, and it's like got this weird spinny thing on the bottom. It's really neat. So if you're interested, look up Grand Theft Auto 5 UFO, and maybe sometime in the near future.
Is this the first bit of alien content they're actually putting in the game now, or
No, in the main game they have some alien shit.
Yeah, but isn't it like you're like really high or something, and then like the alien stuff happens?
There's a lot of random alien shit. Like there's 2 or 3 different UFO sightings you can see in the normal game. But
No, I know the sightings, but I mean, like, was there ever any like, oh, we're putting aliens in for sure, like here we go, like an alien level or mission?
I don't think so.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I mean,
after all this time,
there's like a couple little goofy offshoot missions that like lead to like alien sighting. I don't know, but there's not like a real alien mission. I don't.
Yeah, because that's what I meant, is because I know there's teasing and stuff like that, but is it finally like, oh, we're gonna do aliens?
There's that one mission where if you get all the spaceship parts in the main game, they give you like a rocket car or some shit like that.
Yeah.
I can't remember.
Yeah, I remember everybody was like, oh, maybe it'll unlock something with aliens.
Yeah.
Cool. Let me see what I got. So Eddie McCooch at GameSpot says Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War will be announced through the Battle Royale game Warzone tomorrow. So whenever this goes up, it'll be the day. So we know exactly when the reveal will happen. The Call of Duty Twitter account posted a teaser today that confirms the timing of the announcement, which is 10:30 a.m. PT, which works out to be for us in CST at 12:30 p.m. So like if you have Warzone, you might want to hop on around 12 just so you can see it. But apparently it says the enduring rumor is that Warzone's map Verdansk will be overhauled to give it a Cold War style and tone to reflect the new Call of Duty game.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to start playing again.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. I got yeah, but yeah, that's I just got another win.
I like that.
I'm just constantly winning,
raking
dude.
them in.
It's so hard to stop winning. No, just kidding. No, but I'll talk more about that later. Anyways, what do you got?
All right. A new model of Nintendo Switch could be out as soon as the first quarter of 2021, which spans January through March, according to Taipei newspaper Economic Daily News.
Yeah.
That would potentially place its release around the 4th anniversary of the Switch's release, which came back in March 2017. It's unclear at this stage whether a new model is indeed in the works, but it's the latest in a series of indications that Nintendo eventually plans to release a new Switch model. The paper cites a variety of manufacturing sources which would need to know about such a system well in advance of its launch in order to get it produced and onto store shelves. In terms of specific improvements, only a few details are shared, including enhancements to interactivity, which is exceedingly vague and could mean any number of things, and a better display. So
yeah, I've heard that the better display may be like capable of 4K support.
4K.
Yeah, like that's just what I've seen rumors going around online, but I doubt that.
You know what I'd like is like a dock with like that can upscale the graphics to
the one that you already have, right? Like upscale the current Switch.
Yeah. Just like a dock you could buy with like an internal graphics card or something in it that would like bring it up to 4K or something whenever you know.
That would be smart. The problem is that's not going to happen. And what's going to happen is what we talked about a long time ago. I truly think they're about to segment all the Switch players. Like you're going to have this new Switch to play some of the better new games coming, which is stupid, in my opinion. But I feel like that's really gonna happen because they did it with the 3DS, and like I just feel like they see these new gen consoles coming out. They don't ever try to compete with the new gen consoles, but they can't be this far behind the new gen consoles with the ray tracing and all that bullshit that's about to become the norm. They have to at least get up to 10. They're not even at 1080 right now.
Yeah,
like at this point they're not even 1080.
Yeah, 1080 on the handheld screen would be nice for sure. At least,
yeah,
you know what I mean?
And 1080 on handheld and then 4K on dock is going to be what they need to do, but probably won't do.
That would be sweet, dude. If they could get it to do that, even if that's all if they could just get it to those resolutions and then like 60 frames per second, that would be sick. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, and I feel like they're about to announce this, and I feel like the reason we haven't heard from Nintendo in a while is because they've been waiting to make this announcement along with a bunch of their other like games that we haven't heard about for a while. I feel like they're going to show this off along with Zelda Breath of the Wild 2, at the same time. But I feel like they're also going to show off like that Mario remaster collection or whatever, or like the remake collection and all that all at one time, just so they can be like, just to have something to push back against PS5 and Xbox Series X, like I feel like this is going to be their way of like, oh, check out the new fucking Switch, and also Mario 64 through, all the way up from Mario 64 through, Mario Galaxy 2, all remade with beautiful graphics and all this stuff. Then Breath of the Wild too.
I bet they do that, but I bet they won't implicitly like try to compete with Xbox and PlayStation. I bet they'll let Xbox and PlayStation do their thing this year. Let the holiday go by, and then about the beginning or middle of next year, they'll announce the new Switch or whatever, and then holiday 2021, we'll probably see it, or 2022. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I'm thinking March. That's what they said. The quarter.
I think they'll announce it in March.
Oh, you think they'll just announce it?
I think that they'll drop it. Like you won't be able to get it until Christmas next year.
Makes sense.
That's what I'm thinking, anyways.
Or maybe this Christmas.
No, because then they'd have to compete with Xbox and PlayStation. I don't think they want to do that.
Yeah, true. I don't know. It's tough to say, but
at least not with hardware sales. Because they want part of their demographic is people who have Xboxes and PlayStations. And they know you're not going to shell out an Xbox worth of money and a Switch worth of money at the same time. You know what I mean? But they spread it out a year. Everybody who bought an Xbox and a PlayStation this year will probably buy a Switch next year. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. By the way, Stressed Coffee, if you're watching, thanks for the follow.
Hey!
Stressed Coffee.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, I like that.
I like coffee.
I like being stressed all the time. But anyways, so this is some weird news. It's not really video game news, but it is related to something that we're talking about today, which is cartoons. The Powerpuff Girls, the beloved animated show of the 1990s and 2000s, is apparently getting a live-action CW show. Like it's in development at the CW. It's gonna be
fucking terrible.
Yeah, it says whereas the animated series focused on a team of very young superhero crime fighters, in the updated live-action version, the Powerpuff Girls will be disillusioned 20-somethings who resent having lost their childhood to crime fighting and who must reunite to help save the world. The project is being developed by writer/producer Diablo Cody, the Oscar-winning writer of movies such as Juno and Jennifer's Body and Sleepy Hollow. Producer Heather Regnier is going to be a part of it as well.
So it's the Powerpuff Girls as adults?
Yeah, like it sounds honestly.
That sounds pretty good.
Yeah, it sounds pretty funny, and it's written by the Juno writer, so it's going to be at least like somewhat good.
Yeah.
It says the show is obviously at an early stage and no further details are available, but it will be interesting to see what Cody and Regnier bring to this iconic property. I think like there's no other way to make it live action. Like typically whenever you think the CW, you think of like the cheesy ass like Smallville, like Riverdale bullshit. But like with this, I'm like, okay, I could see this being like decent and being pretty funny. At least they're being humorous about it.
A trailer or something, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I want to see who plays the characters. I want to see who plays Bubbles, because that's gonna be funny.
Dude, Powerpuff Girls is good. Like I was watching some of the old shows like the other day, and it really holds up. Like,
oh yeah, it's just as funny as like SpongeBob.
Oh yeah,
like it's got some pretty funny humor. The professor is like one of the funniest characters.
Yeah.
And then the mayor.
Oh, the mayor's great.
Funny.
Mojo Jojo.
Oh yeah,
the whole show is just fucking well written.
Which I like that. Like Satan is in the show, but they just call him him.
Yeah.
Like so. But yeah. Anyways, what you got?
Okay. Plenty of game events this year have been canceled or otherwise shifted their plans, but the Game Awards will still proceed. Organizer Jeff Kiley talks about how the event will still take place on schedule, albeit in a digital format. What I will say about it is we have a very interesting plan for the show this year, Kiley told IGN. We're definitely doing it. A lot of people are asking, are you delaying it? The Oscars are being postponed. Are you postponing the Game Awards?
Hell no.
We are absolutely not. We'll share more in the coming weeks about it, but it's actually probably going to be our biggest show yet. So
I don't know how that works, but
I'll tell you how that works.
Because the next gen consoles.
Well, because everything that was supposed to get shown at E3 is going probably blasting through to the fucking Game Awards.
I don't know about everything,
but a lot of it. I bet
a
lot of that shit that fell through the cracks probably is getting shown off at.
I feel like definitely. I think it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. So Eddie McCooch at GameSpot says, like The Witcher 3 before it, CD Projekt Red's Cyberpunk 2077 will offer free DLC after launch, it seems. Asked if Cyberpunk 2077 would have free DLC like The Witcher 3 did, the studio shared an animated GIF of the Kool-Aid Man saying, "Oh yeah." So we're going to get free DLC.
But The Witcher 3, it also had paid DLC.
Did it?
Yeah, I mean, I paid money for fucking Blood and Wine and the other fucking expansion.
Maybe it just means some type of free DLC. So maybe you'll get like a free horse or something.
All I'm saying is there wasn't a lot of fucking free DLC for The Witcher. Not enough.
Maybe. I wonder if you'll be able to find Roach somewhere in Cyberpunk 2077. Like maybe it's like a cyberpunk version of Roach just chilling.
Dude, that would be tight. Like Cyber Geralt, he's just like fucking got robot arms and a sword and shit.
Oh yeah, and he like runs like one of the cartels or something. Some gang or some crazy shit.
Sick. I can't wait for that game.
Anyways, what you got? You got anything over there?
Okay, let's see. It's estimated that Microsoft Flight Simulator will generate $2.6 billion in PC hardware sales over the next 3 years, according to a recent industry analysis.
Who's this guy analyzing this? Because I don't know how I feel about that.
The report comes from John Petty Research, an analytics company that specializes in the game industry's hardware revenue. The company states that the recent release of Microsoft Flight Simulator is expected to impact the sale of PC builds, processor upgrades, display upgrades, flight sticks and throttles, flight system control units, rudder pedals, simulated pit components such as seats and frames, and VR sales.
Yeah, but who's buying all this? You got to be fucking rich.
There are people, and I think a lot of like military places use the same fucking game and shit. You know what I mean? Yeah, like they probably build like a whole fucking cockpit to go around it. You know what I mean?
I imagine military stuff, yeah, but like...
Or even like just commercial flying. It'd be a good way to like practice flying without actually flying. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and also like classes like that class we took in like the 5th grade.
Tech Systems or whatever.
Tech Systems, yeah. Man. Remember we were fucking having to like plot out like flights and shit.
You already know some school is gonna fucking shell out for a fucking flight simulator thing. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, dude, that's true.
Either way, I expect that at least some people will upgrade their fucking graphics card to play this game, because I've got a pretty decent computer and it struggles with Flight Simulator. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I saw some memes saying like kids today are gonna deal with bullying by sending pictures of like a plane crashed into their bully's house, like or whatever. Flight Simulator.
Right.
So Joe Scrubbles at IGN says, The Lord of the Rings Gollum will mix Prince of Persia-like stealth action, feature a branching narrative, and expand on the hints given by J.R.R. Tolkien about the store formerly known as Smeagol to create, a brand new Lord of the Rings story that aims to fit alongside the books. Daedalic, or whatever the fuck that studio's name is, still isn't showing off gameplay footage of its 2021 next-gen stealth project, but the game's developers spoke exclusively to IGN about Gollum's mixture of stealth action and interactive narrative gameplay, how they're expanding on Tolkien's original fiction, how they tried to create a version of the character you actually want to spend time with, and more. But I watched the CG trailer for this bullshit, and it still looks like fucking Smeagol.
Yeah.
Like they were like, it's gonna look so different. Like you won't even. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I remember that.
They were like, yeah, it's not gonna be like the movie Smeagol. Like it's gonna be like
the movie
It,
Smeagol.
it even looks dumber. Like
Yeah.
it even looks more like bulbous head.
Yeah, that's what they meant. They made him look dumber than the movie.
But they said they were gonna make him look better though. They were like, you're gonna want to play as.
Dude,
this
I'm not
seal.
gonna lie. I'm like less excited about this game than almost any game I've ever heard about.
Yeah, like I was like, dude, seriously, like what are you gonna do in this game?
This game is gonna be like Styx, Shadows of Darkness, or whatever, only worse. You know what I mean?
Be like going around just like eating fish and like,
oh my god,
that's about it.
Putting the ring on, taking the ring off.
Give me the fish. This is gonna be like, like that's all I about. Yeah, taking it off. It's like it's gonna be like
That's stealth. That's the stealth in the game.
stealth,
You put the fucking ring on. You walk by the people. You take it off.
How'd you know, dude? Why'd you fucking spoil the game for me?
If you leave the ring on too long, you go insane. That's the gameplay mechanics. I guarantee you.
God, dude, you should have wrote this game.
I'm telling you.
I feel like
I might as well.
no one would have thought of those things.
Yeah.
Yeah, this game looks shitty. And I haven't even seen the game
Yeah,
yet.
I was about to say maybe it'll surprise me, but I doubt it.
Doubt it. Highly doubt it. That's all the news I got. You keep going with whatever you got over there.
Okay. Iron Man VR has added an update that adds New Game Plus, which lets you skip some of the like cutscenes and stuff if you've already played it and you don't want to rewatch all the cutscenes and shit.
Yeah.
It also adds 8 new armor skins and like 4 or 5 new weapons into the game. So, that's fun stuff. And that's all free.
Cool.
And let's see. After being delayed following negative feedback on its first gameplay showing, Crysis Remastered is now launching on PS4, Xbox One, and the Epic Game Store on September 18th. It will retail for $30. Criticism was leveled at the project when it was shown off earlier this year, prompting Saber Interactive to revisit most versions, except the Nintendo Switch port, which is already out, to further enhance the 2007 shooter. The result is a host of additional graphical features, including reworked lighting, 8K texture assets, and improvements to the CryEngine software-based ray tracing that will allow the feature to work on Xbox One and PS4. On PC, players will be able to utilize hardware-based ray tracing too, as well as NVIDIA's DLSS 2.0, which basically means you can render the game at a higher resolution, but like at a lower resolution at the same time, so you're not using as much video memory.
So it's like AI bullshit. Like, how does that work?
So I don't really know. Like, I know that it takes the image and it renders it at like 720p or something, and then it like upscales it to like 2K, so it looks like,
So it's
a
all
high
software
resolution.
based, right?
Yeah,
So,
it's all done with the NVIDIA graphics cards. I don't really know how they do it.
Why wouldn't they just do that with every game then?
I think it will become commonplace pretty soon.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because with that technology, you can really put a lot more fucking shit out there. Like, Control is almost unplayable until I did the DLSS, and then it's like I'm getting like 90 frames per second with ray tracing. You know what I mean? It's like pretty crazy. Anyways, so they're going to have that, and it's going to be pretty great. Let's see. After the release of the first global ad spot for the PS5 and some details regarding the new DualSense controller from some developers, Sony is now saying it's confident it has the best lineup it's ever seen ahead of its launch later this year. I don't know.
Lies.
Yeah, right.
What are you talking about? Miles Morales? Like, you got one good game.
Okay. They've got Spider-Man, they've got Ratchet and Clank, they've got the new Horizon game, but there's more that they haven't revealed yet. That's kind of why I wrote that. I'm going to skip most of this, but it goes on to have one of the executives saying, I would say that this is the best lineup that we've ever seen in the history of PlayStation between our worldwide studios groups and our partners from all the different publishers around the world. We've revealed some of that content, and naturally there will be more to come, but the way that the developer can engage with this platform and create these new experiences with known IPs as well as unknown IPs is incredibly exciting. So, I don't know, man. I think we're going to see some more exciting announcements before PlayStation gets here.
Hopefully.
You know what
I mean, I just don't know about the best that PlayStation has ever had. Like, unless they bust out with, like, God of War 2 or something, like...
I already know that there's some kind of thing that they're hiding up their sleeve. You know what I mean?
Yeah. We got to start checking their sleeves before they do this shit.
I'm telling
you
you.
know, like, I'm tired of them just, like, busting out new shit. But is that it?
No.
Okay, what else you got?
The PC version of Hitman 3 will be an Epic Game Store exclusive.
Oh, I saw that. Another little Epic Game Store exclusive, which I would have been okay with, but now I don't like Epic. So, or at least right now I don't. You know.
See,
we'll
I will be okay with this, but I'm worried that this will hinder any kind of VR aspect on the PC.
No, it's
side
got
of
the
things.
VR stuff.
On the PC side of things.
Yeah,
well,
I thought so.
But how are you going to do that through the Epic Game Store? You know, like I've never played a game on the Epic Game Store that launches and plays in VR.
Can you
know?
not? Or
I don't
is
know.
it just that you haven't?
I know if you buy Hellblade through the Epic Game Store, you don't get the VR version. You know what I mean?
Maybe not. Maybe it'll only be a PlayStation VR thing.
I don't know. Or maybe it'll be a timed PlayStation VR thing until it comes out on Steam, and then you'll get the Steam version. I don't know. Either way, I'm a little worried about it because I'd prefer to play it on PC because I already have the first two games, so I'd probably get the content from those or whatever.
Yeah.
But either way, they also said that 2016's Hitman will be for free next week, so you can check that out if you haven't played it already. It's a really good game. Let's see. Nintendo Switch is officially set to be released in Brazil more than 3 years after it originally launched worldwide. Nintendo previously sold its system in South America, but halted distribution in 2015 after it claimed that high importation tariffs that ranged from 20 to 50% made it unsustainable to continue doing business there. While the company didn't give an exact date that its latest system will launch in Brazil, it did say that it's coming soon, an official announcement on Twitter, and showed that Mario Kart 8 Deluxe will launch alongside it. So,
nice.
Yeah, so all you Brazilians out there, get hyped,
Yeah.
Or just go on eBay, buy some from somewhere else.
Yeah, I mean, then it would be region locked. You know what I'm saying?
Oh shit!
They wouldn't be able to buy shit online and stuff. Like,
it's horrible. You'd have to buy all the games on cartridges.
Yeah, and it'd all be in English.
Oh god, I'm sure you could change the language in the English version of the game.
Maybe. I don't know. I don't know how that works.
Yeah, there's got to be a way.
I'm sure. Yeah. I don't know. Anyways, but so that's it. That's all you got?
Yeah, that's all I got over here.
All right, that's it for the gaming news. We're going to jump on over to this week's releases where I'm going to let you know which brand new games you can get in the next 7 days. And apparently last week I wrote down all the way through the 28th for some reason. So if you want to know what games are coming out through the 28th, just go to last week's episode because I don't want to read all these again.
That's real.
It's like the same shit. There's only actually one thing coming out that I didn't mention last week, and it's Shing with an exclamation mark.
Shing?
Shing.
How do you spell that?
Shing.
Okay.
And with an exclamation point. Coming
so it's Shing!
Yeah, Shing. Coming to PS4, Xbox One, Switch, and PC on August 28th for $19.99. Experience the most exciting and immersive beat-em-up combat system ever. Become a kick-ass ninja and slice some demons in style in Shing.
Man, that's a bold statement.
Yeah, dude. That's
ever.
Yeah, ever. Also, I mean, just some of the highlights of the things that came out or are coming out this week is Control, AEWE, or I guess Alan Wake, whatever that.
Oh, yeah.
That's coming out the day after tomorrow.
Cool.
Final Fantasy Chronicles. I guess the remake is coming, or remaster is coming on August 27th, so day after tomorrow. Jump Force is coming to Switch on the 28th.
Wait, I'm sorry. What did you say about Final Fantasy? Oh, I'm so sorry.
Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles.
Oh, okay.
The remaster of that is coming. And then Tell Me Why Episode 1 is coming out the day after tomorrow to Game Pass.
Right. I've been waiting on that one.
Oh, yeah. And then you can't forget Road to Guangdong. And then and then we have Wasteland 3 coming out on the 28th. Game Pass.
Game Pass, yeah.
Yeah, Project Cars 3 is coming out August 28th, $59.99.
Oof, that's another one you want a beast of a computer for.
Yeah, for sure. And those are the highlights of things that I already mentioned last week. So If you want to hear about them, just go look them up, or not look them up, but go to last week's episode and you'll hear it there.
Cool.
But anyways, so that's it for this week's releases. We're gonna jump on over to currently playing.
Yes.
What do you got, Brent? You've always got more than me, so just go for it.
Well, first of all, I've been playing UFC 4. I'm getting better at it. I'm learning the new things. You know what I mean? I've changed my game up a little bit with UFC 4.
Yeah.
Because they made it easier to do like the clinch and stuff, so I use it a lot more, and it changes everything about how I play.
Gotcha.
But I'm still not very good at it. Like, there's little things I'm still learning. You know what I mean? I was like really, really good at the last game. I'm like kind of good at this game, and most of what I'm good at is just like little skills that translate over from the last game. Yeah,
you also played a lot of the last game, so I think over time you'll become the best.
Bro, I gotta say though, you level up really slowly in this game. I've been playing this game a lot since it came out, and I'm like level 16. You know what I mean? Which
out of what?
I don't know. I don't know how high it can go. You know what I mean?
What's the cap?
But I've been playing a lot. And I went up against this guy the other day that was like level 70. I'm like, dude.
Yeah, that guy's
like, you must
probably
be
divorced.
No life in it, dude. Like, just nonstop. And I still beat. Feel bad.
Damn.
It's like, can you imagine playing that game for like just from the time it came out till now?
Level 70.
And still not being
still getting
very
your
good.
Ass beat. Like, your wife left you. She got full custody of the kids. And then you're still losing at the game.
Yeah.
So that's why they made video game disorder a thing, and it's the psychological stuff. It is like Jeffrey Lewis asking the other day, when it's too much is when you play that much and you still suck. All right, you might as well.
Just quit.
Yeah.
I will say there's several features I like about UFC 4 though that I'm getting used to it. Like, there's like a couple of little things, like after the game is over, like after you're done fighting and one of you's won and one of you's lost, it shows the little screen where the one guy's laying on the ground, the other guy's like dancing around the ring or whatever, and you can like hold right trigger, and then it'll bring up like a little wheel of things, and you can say like rematch or good game or something. You know what I mean? And it sounds stupid, but it's like sometimes you'll be sitting there like, fuck, man, I just lost. And then it'll pop up like good game. And you're like, hey, good game, And it's like, it changes your whole attitude. Like, I don't know.
Is there no game chat?
Oh, I turned mine off because people are just, no, actually you can talk to people. Like if you
while
got
you're
mics,
fighting them?
Yeah. But, like, I don't, like, people will send you fucking mean messages and shit if you beat the shit out of them in the UFC game. So I just turned that shit off, dude. I was getting too much, like, hate mail for just fucking beating people up. Like,
I would just have way too much fun in that, because I'd just be, like, making, like, ridiculous fight noises the whole time. And, like, as I'm, like, punching, I'd be doing all the sound effects. Like, I'd be doing all that shit. Like, people would hate me, bro. And then I'd be all like, you want to get closer? Come on, motherfucker. Come on.
There's a lot of people like you out there in the world, dude.
Okay, well, maybe it wouldn't be so bad. I'd be having fun, bro.
It's a lot of fun. It's one of my favorite things to do.
I want to try that game out.
You got to. It's
much
fun.
I'm going to get my ass beat, but
That's part of the fun, though. Like, when you start, like, getting good and you finally start winning a few, it's like, oh, you can see and feel yourself getting better at it's like a skill. You can, like, just see developing. I don't know.
Can you like run away, like if somebody's trying to like beat your ass?
Kind of. You can like back away from them the whole time, quickly.
I'd be trolling way too
hard. That would be really funny.
Anyways, what do you got?
So then we went on that little trip, and every time I've been going on a trip lately, I've been bringing my Switch and playing more on the same game of BioShock Infinite.
Yeah.
And I still haven't beat it yet, but I'm pretty far in the game, and I'm having a lot of fun with that. By the way, they did a great job on those BioShock ports. Like, they're all really well done on the Switch, So if you feel like playing BioShock and you got a Switch, it's a great way to play it on the go.
Yeah. The collection.
And then I've been playing Final Fantasy VII Remake still, and I'm about 20 hours in now, and like...
Oh, you never beat that?
No.
I thought you beat it.
No. Last time I just had started it, like, barely.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But now I'm, like, actually deep into it, and, like, it's, like, really, really good. It's one of those games that starts out kind of like, and then it just gets better and better as the game goes. Like, I don't know. It's really, really... I'm, like, addicted to it right now. It's a lot of fun. The graphics are really good. I can tell that, like, when this game gets remastered or whatever for PS5, it's going to be, like, the fucking most beautiful shit you've ever seen in your whole fucking life. Like, it's really well made. And I'm enjoying it. And I hope it doesn't end soon because
I was like, I have bad news for you, Brent. It ends.
I know. Yeah. No.
Yeah,
But,
yeah.
That's what I've been playing.
Sweet.
Oh, and by the way, sorry. I was just going to say, they left a lot of random shit from the original game in the fucking game. Like, not only did they leave, like, Cloud's, like, cross-dressing thing in.
Yeah.
But they have the fucking, like, there's this weird game where in the original where you do this, like, squat thing. And, like, you have to, like, hit the buttons as they go around in a circle. And your character does this, like, weird jerky, like, squat thing.
Yeah.
And, like, they left that in the game, like, almost
identical.
Exactly how it is. So your
That's
character's doing
hilarious.
this stupid, like, jerky squat thing. And, like, there's like this dancing mini game they left in. A lot of like weird, like everything about the original game that was like really weird. They like turned it up to 11 and just like left it in the game. Like
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's really fun. What have you been playing?
So I did not play any more Stalker yet because I've been on like a mad Call of Duty thing as usual. But I got 2 wins this week.
Ooh.
One, actually, I got 3. I got a
God.
solo. I got 1 in quads with some of my friends, and then I got 1 in, what was it? It was in trios, or no, it was duos with Aaron. We got another one, but the one in quads I got to mention was pretty funny because we got to the end, and like, so I get sniped off. And another guy that another one of my buddies was killed. We were both killed like at the same time, and then so it was Anthony and Hans, and then Hans gets killed, but Anthony is like, it's him versus like one last guy of the other team down to 2. It's 1v1, but they both have a gas mask. And so that guy was in the gas before Anthony, so he had his gas mask on, and it's going down. And he downs Anthony, but I guess there was like a grenade or something, so he gets downed as well. And they're both sitting in the gas, like waiting to see who dies first. Like, so it's like the last 2 people, and we won just because Anthony had 1 more bar on his gas mask. Like, oh! Like, because we thought we lost, we were just like, oh fuck, and like second place, you're so close, and then it was just like victory, and we're like, what the fuck? Yeah, good game, dude.
I bet that guy was fucking mad.
Oh, dude, he was pissed, bro. Dude, I was going ham on one of the rounds. Like I got like most kills I've gotten in a while. It was like 11 kills.
Damn,
and,
boy.
like, just fucking murdering, dude.
Bro, I'm going to have to get back into it with all this Cold War shit going on. Fucking.
Yeah.
I'm actually thinking about, I'm probably going to buy the whole game whenever that shit comes out. Because I've almost bought Modern Warfare a few times, like the single player.
campaign,
Yeah, because I want to play it bad because it looks tight.
But you like Black Ops more, though.
Yeah,
Black Ops will
I've
have
always
zombies
liked Black
and
Ops
shit,
more,
so.
yeah. And that's what I was thinking. If I just wait a little bit, I'll have like a whole newer game to play, you know?
Yeah, rumor has it that this is going to be the sequel to Black Ops 1.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so like...
I'm cool with that.
Yeah,
I like Black Ops 1 a lot. I like anything Treyarch does, you know?
Oh, show. Yeah, I'm very excited. We'll know tomorrow what happens to Verdansk,
Ooh,
and we'll know what the game looks like.
What time are they doing all that? Is it just
12:30 p.m.
Okay.
Yeah. But anyways, yeah, so that's all I've been playing this week. Anyways, we're going to jump on over to the topic of the show.
Oh, yes. The topic of the show. Did you forget the
So-
topic?
No, I wanted to see the time because I cut the thing at that point. I need to remember that next time so I can look at it before I do that. But anyways.
I thought you were just like, oh, yeah, what was the topic?
Yes. So this week's topic of the show is cartoons and anime that need a video game. So I picked 5. I don't know how many you got, but
I have 5 also.
okay, good. And I went into detail with my 5.
too,
I
me
didn't
too.
just like make 5 bullshit ones. So let's do this. You want to start? You want me to start?
Yeah, I'll start off with my most bullshitty one, but
Okay.
also one that I think needs to happen.
Okay.
I want an American Dad game.
Okay, that's my number 1.
It's your number one?
Like not number 1 because they're not in any order.
Yeah,
but that was
but-
like the first one I thought of too.
You need an American, and I want it to be like Simpsons Hit and Run.
That's what I put. Simpsons Hit and Run style game.
But see, that's the thing. We can't do Simpsons Hit and Run. Simpsons is old news. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
Simpsons Hit and Run 2 would be awesome, but like I feel like
We need American Dad.
Yeah, American Dad would be more relevant and like better.
I know a lot of people would say like, oh no, we need Family Guy, but no, dude, American Dad is like, I know Family Guy is a little bit more iconic in like the different places in the world. But American Dad is so much better. The characters are so much better, especially today. Back in the day, maybe Family Guy would have been better, but the writing's just not there anymore.
Yeah. And not to mention, you could do like political jokes that would be really funny today. You know what I mean? And like the whole America theme would go really good with like a Grand Theft Auto style game. You know what I mean?
Yeah, dude.
Like,
and you could have like Roger missions where like you go out into space and there's like aliens and shit.
Yeah, dude. Klaus missions where you're just like hopping on a fishbowl like down the street.
Yeah, dude.
Doing really mundane shit like.
And like maybe you go like there's like a mini game where like you go to the bar and like do karaoke with Steve and shit. Like
that would be so fun.
There'd be so many good things that could happen with that game, and like so many characters that they could reference from the show, and like maybe like a parkour mission like from the level or from the episode where he goes free running or whatever. Yeah,
and maybe not even like you don't have to do a Family Guy game. But you could do like a...
Yeah, we free run. Stress coffee. Yeah, but yeah. No, have you seen that episode where like they go free running?
Oh yeah.
And he just like falls off the top of the thing, like.
Oh, that would be the best mission ever, dude. There's so much you could do that would just be excellent. Like,
what does he say? He like he's like falling. He's like on the ground, and they like run by, and they're just like, yeah, we free run. Or they're like, yeah, free running. And he's just like down there. He's like, oh, you guys go ahead. I'm gonna stretch out a little bit, and like his bone is like sticking out of his leg.
Compound fracture.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna stretch out this compound fracture, something like that. Oh yeah, that's what it was. Oh, feels great after. That's what he said. Okay, compound fracture feels great after a work. But anyways, I love American Dad. That's like one of my favorite. Like literally 2 nights ago, I was on Hulu. I was like, what are we going to watch? And I like flipped over and I was like, I'm going to check and see if American Dad has any new episodes. Like, I just miss it. Like, I miss going over to American Dad on Hulu and there just being new episodes. You know, like it sucks so bad.
Do they not make new episodes of the show anymore?
I think it's coronavirus. Like, there's no new episodes for anything right now. It just sucks, dude. That last season was so trippy too. Like the one with the weird TV.
Oh, dude, that was so weird. That was a good season. I love that show.
Anyways,
I feel like that's another reason why that would be such a great video game is because you've already got Family Guy video games. You know, not many, but they exist. You know what I mean? I feel like this would be like a whole fresh thing to just do. You know? I don't know.
Oh, yeah. It would be great. Okay, so this one's a little weird. I'm going to knock this one out just because it's probably the least, like... I guess like relatable one for a lot of people, but I grew up watching Johnny Quest a lot, and I think Johnny Quest would be great as like a sci-fi version of like a Uncharted type game or like a Tomb Raider type game.
Okay,
like you could give it that whole.
Can you give me like a synopsis of Johnny Quest real quick? I'm sorry, I didn't watch that when I was a kid, so I'm not really sure.
Okay,
what I'm imagining like a superhero or something. I don't think that's
no. Johnny Quest is like the little blonde kid. You know, like with the Indian kid and like the dog and you don't remember this? It almost has like a 80s like G.I. Joe look to the animation. It's a Hanna-Barbera.
Is this the one that Venture Bros is making fun of?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's really hard to explain to people who haven't seen it, but it's like it got like adult themes over this like ridiculous think of like Adventures of Tintin almost, but like his freaking I think it's his mom dies in like the very first episode. Like basically he's just like out on adventures. His dad is like a scientist and like all this stuff. It's so weird, dude. Like I don't even remember. It's just kind of like a fever dream thinking about Johnny Quest, but it gives you like this whole Indiana Jones feel to it.
Oh, okay.
Like just picture Indiana Jones, but as a cartoon, but take that whole aspect of it and then put it into this cartoony feel with like a dog being one of the main characters and like a hero as well, you know, and like then you got like your sidekick, which is like this Indian kid, which is kind of fucked up, but it's a good show. But I think it would make a great game and probably get more people interested in Johnny Quest.
That like cartoony feel to the game?
I think so. That was my kind of thing about it. It's very campy.
Yeah.
It's like if you took like just like It's like G.I. Joe. Like, it's just imagine the cartoon G.I. Joe and, just throw an Indiana Jones feel over it. That's what it is. That's all it is. But anyways.
Bonus points, I feel like G.I. Joe would make a fucking great game, too. I didn't even think
Apparently,
about
they
that.
have a new game coming out.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know who's making it, but I heard that's happening pretty soon. So we're going to have to look at that. Yeah.
All right. My next one would be Inspector Gadget.
How would you do that?
So it would be like a linear third-person like game, and it would be focused on like character progression. So like as you like
Cyberpunk 2077,
kind of,
but Inspector Gadget.
It would be linear though. Like it would be like you start at one end of the level and you work your way to the other. It'd be like God of War, except instead of like leveling up, you'd get like your arm could go longer, or you could get a grappling hook, or just any kind of crazy Inspector Gadget level up thing you could think of, and then maybe it would give you access to new parts of the level depending on what kind of like level thing you leveled up or whatever, you know what I mean?
I like that. I like Ajoro76, by the way. Thanks for the follow.
Hey,
but yeah, so Inspector Gadget, I think would it be like humorous, or are we trying to get serious?
It would be funny for sure, but it would also have like it would be like a funny action game.
I don't know. I feel like the whole concept of Inspector Gadget, didn't he die?
I don't know. I don't remember.
Like, isn't that how he became Inspector Gadget? Like, wasn't he murdered? Like,
I think you're thinking of RoboCop.
Hold up. We gotta hold on. No.
Maybe he did. I don't remember.
Yeah, because I remember. I'm thinking of the movie.
I was kind of a little kid when I watched Inspector Gadget, so I don't really remember. I know that I would have the little helicopter thing he does with his like where the helicopter comes out of his head.
You had that hat?
That would be part of the game. I didn't have that hat. That would be sick if I had that fucking hat. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So hold on. We gotta look up if this whole dark
Inspector Gadget origin story.
Yeah. So it says the franchise follows the adventures of a powerful but dim-witted cyborg police inspector named Gadget as he investigates the criminal schemes of Dr. Claw.
Yeah. That already sounds like the basis of a great game.
Yeah.
This would be like Ratchet and Clank. Except for it would just be Inspector Gadget.
Okay, I like that. I like the Ratchet and Clank idea of it.
Yeah.
With like Penny, like his daughter or whatever she is, just some random girl. Yeah, like but okay, good call. Good call. Okay, this one is gonna be Cowboy Bebop.
Oh, I got that one on mine too. So we'll just add that onto the list there.
My idea for Cowboy Bebop though is like a BioWare style game.
Okay, mine's different, so we'll both give our
So mine I want like a Mass Effect type situation, but with like the anime look to it. So you'll have like the ship and planetary system, but you play as like an interstellar bounty hunter, and like so
that would be sick.
Yeah, and you just go through like the whole like Cowboy Bebop universe being a bounty hunter.
See, the Mass Effect thing would be cool because you could like develop relationships with the crew from the game as you went from place to place. That would be sick.
And I don't think it necessarily needs to follow the characters of the show, but just that universe.
Yeah, it would be. I wouldn't mind if it was the characters from the show though, or if you were just like a new addition to the crew on the characters of the show or something.
Well, you kind of can't do that. No spoilers for the show if you haven't seen the show, but you can't. That doesn't work like that.
It could.
No.
For the game,
Maybe, but we already know what happens to that whole crew.
Maybe it's like a prequel or something. I don't know.
But the show was a prequel to the ending.
All right, maybe. Yeah, good point. I don't know.
Yeah, that's the only reason why I say it. Like, I like the universe and I like the characters, but you can't really follow those characters unless you want to just play the show.
I was about to say, you could do like Steins Gate, the video game did, and like kind of branch off from the narrative of the show and like start like the show and just like take a fucking left turn somewhere and just do your own thing.
Yeah. Like maybe you just appear for like 2 seconds in the show and then you're off on your own. Yeah, I don't know. Anyways, what was your idea for the Cowboy Bebop
So
show,
mine is a little different. Mine would be like almost like exactly like the modern Hitman games. So it would start out, except it would be like cartoony and funny also. You know what I mean? So it'd start out and it'd drop you in like a different level every time, different like world, right?
Okay, so it's not open. It's not like an open world RPG type game.
No, not an open world RPG. It's like a big levels, but they're all condensed to just the level. You know what I mean?
Okay, I like that.
And so it's like Hitman almost exactly. Like you dropped in and you have a bounty that you're going for, and you don't really know anything about the person. You just have to like track them down and like collect the bounty in any way you can. So there would be like, it wouldn't be like some set parameters from the game, like you have to do this. Like it would just show you your target and like whether you wanted them dead or alive or whatever, and you have to like figure out how to do it. You know what I mean?
And then whenever you get the bounty, or before you can, something happens and you end up not getting the bounty, and then you end up hungry on the ship. That's every level.
Yeah,
no,
every level.
No, that's a good idea. I like, somebody should just mod Hitman into
Cowboy
Bebop, and
that would
that's
be
it.
fucking sick. Except I think the only main difference I would have from the Hitman games is this would be a little more focused on like gunplay.
Yeah.
So like there would be like more of a fighting chance if you got into a gunfight of like surviving. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and you like chain smoke cigarettes
Yes.
constantly, and there's like cool jazz like punk playing in the background.
That's
at
important.
all times.
You have to have the cool jazz playing.
Okay, so since we both had that one, do you want me to go for the next one?
Yeah,
Okay.
line them up. Knock them down.
Next one. This one's going to be more American. The Magic School Bus VR.
Oh, shit,
Yeah,
dude.
so I'm thinking, so for the Magic School Bus VR, you go on like adventures, like educational adventures, and it teaches the fundamentals of like science and physics and things like that. So like maybe you shrink down to like battle some atoms, you know, or like, or you fly to different planets, you know.
This could be
VR
so sick
with
dude.
Miss Frizzle, or like you just go down into somebody's body and learn about the endocrine system, you know, like
the format could be perfect for VR too. Like if you had like a big enough space, you could just walk around the school bus while it like takes you through crazy places and like do things. Oh, dude, that would be so sick, dude.
Yeah, dude. And just you get to hang out with Miss Frizzle and
Miss Frizzle. Dude, that would be so sick.
Dude, that was one that I was pretty excited about.
Right on the Magic School Bus.
Yeah,
Beep, beep.
that's what I'm saying. Like they could just do the whole thing, and like I feel like this would be the next generation of kids in school. Like whenever they have like those bullshit like VR headsets for like every kid in the future, where they're just like, all right, everybody, put on your headset, and and they're like, man, this sucks. But then whenever they put it on, it's the fucking Magic School Bus.
That would be so much sicker if this was a multiplayer experience.
Yeah.
And like all the kids were in the same bus in the same game together, and like you could see fucking Miss Frizzle, but you could also see all your actual classmates in the little room with you and shit.
Yeah, dude.
Dude.
That's what I'm talking about.
Dude.
Okay. Put us in a room.
I like that.
In a bus. Okay, never mind. All right, yeah.
Okay. All right, so my next one is going to be Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Oh, that'd be horrifying.
Exactly. It would be a survival horror game. Okay?
You play as Courage?
Yeah. So like the whole game would take place on Courage's like farm or whatever, and I'd build this big detailed map. So it would be like the actual house and then like a barn or something, and then like the property around the house, you know what I mean? But it would all be like really detailed and built because the whole game would take place there.
Yeah.
And like you would be Courage, and like basically it would be like from a first person perspective as Courage, and and your whole
Just hear
goal
the
is
voice.
like you go through different monsters and you try to like thwart their plan to like get Muriel or whatever.
Yeah.
And so like it would be a horror game, but you'd have to like use the same environment in different ways to deal with different monsters. You know what I mean?
Dude.
It would be really cool.
But like it's got to be like the monsters from the show.
Yeah,
so like
yeah.
I picture that guy like just chilling.
Yeah, Courage Outlast. Exactly, dude. Exactly.
Can you imagine it's like hyper realistic looking though?
And I would have
You
all
just
the
see
monsters
these
from the
purple
show.
dog arms.
Oh, dude, that'd be so freaky, dude.
He's like, and like you've constantly got what's his name?
Eustace or whatever. And he'd be fucking shit up. He would always come in and like ruin it, like right when you're about to fucking. Oh, it'd be so good, dude.
Like imagine you go upstairs and that little computer's there, and you gotta like fucking like solve like.
Dude, that would be so great.
But like you look outside and that dude with the tablets or whatever is out there. And he's just like fucking floating, like, oh my god.
That would be such a scary ass ass game, dude. Like, there's so many monsters too. Like, you could take every fucking monster from every episode of Courage and have it be like a different level. You could make like a really long game out of it.
Really long. Yeah, with the foot, the fucking like mob boss foot. You remember that shit?
Oh yeah, dude.
I don't even.
And it would be funny too. I feel like there would be parts of it that would be hilarious. You know what I mean? Especially if you like watch the show.
Oh yeah. One of the scariest things that I remember from that show was, what was that random bitch in the like stairwell who's just like a claymation creature? Do you remember that?
No.
She like randomly turns and she's just like, maybe I'm thinking of something else.
I don't remember that, but I don't doubt it. You know what I mean? The violin girl?
Yes. And she's like claymation. She's nothing like the rest of the animations. Like, she just like was just fucking out of place and creepy as hell. But like, he like opens a stairwell. If I remember right, he like opens the stairwell and she's just standing there and her hair like goes out and like, I don't know, dude. It gave me nightmares for a while. But I'm ready for that game.
Yeah.
I'm ready for that. Okay, so my next one is, I guess my final one is Hunter x Hunter. I know you don't know much about Hunter x Hunter, but oh my gosh, this would be, I know they have games for Hunter x Hunter. Yes, we should go. Let's go.
Let's go.
Like, they have a Hunter x Hunter game in like Japan and shit, but this is America. All right, this is how we need it here. And so yes, dude. So what I want is like, it doesn't have to follow Gon and Killua. Like, you know, it doesn't have to be anything about them. It could be. I'm down for either way. But maybe it's like similar to, and I'm not saying in the graphics or the visuals, but it's similar to Pokemon in the fact that you want to become the best hunter there ever was. You know, so like you have to travel and take the hunter exam. But it's kind of got like the Cyberpunk 2077 thing where you have different starting paths. Like, maybe I want to be an elite assassin with my hunter, you know, like with my hunter license or whatever.
Oh, cool.
Or maybe you want to go and hunt monsters for scientific research. You know, like maybe that's what you end up traveling to do. But it could be amazing as like a 3D open world with a deep story, plenty of references to the game or to the lore of the show. You know, like maybe you leave to the Dark Continent. You know, like maybe that's how we'll get to learn about the Dark Continent, because you know, we're never gonna get it in the show, and we're never gonna get a you know, the manga finished. So maybe some cool developers and writers have to do it. But you know, I wish you watched this show, dude. I wish you had watched the show, because
I
right
will
now
at some point,
you'd be all about this, dude. I'm telling you, Hunter x Hunter is the greatest show of all time, and it needs to be the greatest video game of all time as well.
I like that enthusiasm.
Yeah.
I would hunt for some stuff.
You'd hunt for some things.
I'd hunt for some things.
Yeah, dude. And like I imagine, and also they could have like the tournament. Like there, so like there's this place in the show where like they go and like you start on the bottom floor and have to fight your way all the way to the top floor.
Oh,
you
I
know,
love
so
that.
like
you know, I love me a good like
UFC 4
Coliseum battle. You
oh
know?
my gosh!
Speaking of which, I didn't mention this earlier, but in that Final Fantasy VII remake, they had another fucking like gladiator style thing.
Really?
You know how we were talking about that like a few episodes ago or whatever? I fucking love when games do that. I'm sorry.
See, then you would love the Hunter x Hunter game,
dude.
Oh
man.
Or Hunter or whatever.
Yeah.
But anyways,
it works.
So yeah. So did you have any more? Or was
so yeah, my last one is definitely my most thought out one. And also you probably won't feel me on this one, just like I didn't feel the Hunter thing. You know what I mean? But that's okay.
That's fine. All right.
So this would be Avatar. Okay,
the
game.
last Airbender game.
Yes, but it wouldn't be the last Airbender game. This would just be Avatar. Okay.
Okay.
Now the story of Avatar is like the Avatar dies and like reincarnates as a new Avatar. Okay. So Aang, the last Airbender, is like the way like hundreds of avatars have existed before him. You know what I mean? So I would start the lineage of the Avatar game like 2 avatars before Aang at Kyoshi. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And like we have actually like got a book, like a novel about Kyoshi. So there's like some canonical stuff about that you could like draw a reference from and have like a, you know what I mean? And then there's another avatar before Aang, fucking Roku. He's like a firebender.
He's a box that you put like stuff on.
Yeah, he's like
No,
a
I'm just
box.
kidding.
So basically, I would have it live through Kyoshi and Roku, and then you'd go through the story of Avatar: Last Airbender.
This is gonna be a long ass game.
A long ass game.
Who's making this game?
And then you would go through the story of Korra, and then after that, I would have a new Airbender that was made specifically for the game.
Okay,
and you'd
so
live through all 5 of them.
There's no way.
It would be. It's ambitious. It's ambitious. Okay. But you could do it.
Okay.
You know?
All right. I like that.
It'd be like Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, but like way crazier.
What if they
way deeper?
What if take all the backstory that you just took, fuck all that. Maybe it starts with the new Airbender or Avatar that you're talking about, and it pulls like a Star Killer thing with the Force Unleashed. Like you just get this whole it's just this guy. And you kind of know, you got to know all that backstory to get to this point.
I guess you could start with the new guy if you wanted to. I just would think I think it'd be fun to play through the show, But not just play through
Kakarot.
The show. Yeah, but not just play through the show. Play through all the areas of the show that you're not sure of. You know what I mean? I don't know. I think it'd be really cool to get a super deep dive on everything Avatar, just starting from way back to now, But then again, it might be a little too ambitious, But I'm thinking dream games here.
Yeah, it's dream games anyways. None of this is ever going to happen because nobody cares about us.
Exactly. Nobody's ever going to make this. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Have you guys seen the one guy making the Avatar: The Last Airbender game on his own? It looks like you just got Brent
Did I just
excited.
get my wish granted in this bitch? Hold up.
Maybe so.
I've seen some Avatar games on Dreams that are pretty bad.
Yeah,
but I've
Avatar on Dreams. Yeah, no, we'll check that out on YouTube, and we'll talk about it on the next episode.
Yeah, because I'd love that.
We'll give our thoughts on it. But yeah, so that's it for our picks for the cartoons and anime that need a video game. Obviously, there's plenty more that we could probably do a number 2, or we could do I could do number 2. No, we could do a sequel to this episode in the future where we could do some more thoughts on that. But if you guys, including you, Stress Coffee, have any cartoons or anime that you think we missed on this one that you think would make a great video game,
then
let
tough
us know.
shit. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, you should join us over in the Facebook group, man. We have a bunch of people over there always talking about cool stuff at facebook.com/group/GameSpeak podcast, and we'll talk with you, and we'll talk all about your games that you think should be made. Anyways, that's it for the topic, so let's talk about the People's Champ. Do we have any questions this week?
Yeah, we got a couple over here. Let's see.
Okay, cool. Some questions for the show.
Okay. I'm going to give it to Aaron Jones this week.
Jonesy
himself. He says, what improvements would the rumored 2021 Switch have to have in order to get you to switch your Switch?
Oh, man. I'm going to switch my Switch either way. If it's this type of gateway, where you're not going to be able to play the new Switch games without it, I'm going to switch either way. I'm going to switch it up.
I mean, that's the thing that would get me to buy a new Switch, is if it was some kind of gateway. Yeah. Honestly, it doesn't have to have any other features. If I can't play if I can't play the newest Switch games on my Switch, then I'll get a new Switch.
Yeah, I'm trading it in. But
other than
if it's just about features, maybe you can still play the new games on your
old Switch.
Yeah. The thing that would make me switch would be 4K resolution, ray tracing. Obviously. Maybe they're not.
I don't care. If I can still play the new Switch games on my old Switch, then I'm probably going to be good. You know what I mean?
Or if they add achievements. But that would have to be across the board.
That's it.
That's
just
one of those
achievements?
things. Dude, I care
Do
about
we
my
not have
achievements.
achievements already?
No, there's no achievements on Switch.
Damn.
Yeah, or what if they were okay, on this new one, It's gonna be the only one that gets N64 virtual console or like the N64 app. What if they just fucked us like that? No. Like you know how like they have the NES games and the SNES games online.
Yeah, that would be fucked up.
And they were like,
that would just be unfair for no reason.
I'd be like, all right, but that'd be the only reason. There's got to be like something that just like cuts us off. But then again, it'd probably make me not want to buy it just because I'd be so pissed and I'd be like, yo, fuck you, Nintendo.
Real talk, the only reason I would buy an updated Switch is if it was like a gateway thing. Like
it's got to be gatekeeping.
Yeah, because I wouldn't even like honestly the one with the bigger battery life sounded like a good idea to me, and I still didn't upgrade. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know. Good question though, Aaron.
Yeah, good question. All right, what's the next one?
We got another one from Aaron here. He says, "What older video games do you regularly go back to?"
Oh man, that's an easy one for me. Donkey Kong Country.
I could have answered that one for you.
Yeah.
Up until recently, it was UFC 3. I guess that's not an old game, but it, at this point, it was like years old, and it's just a sports game. But now I got the new one, so I don't play that anymore.
Yeah.
Let's see. What's something old that I go back to a lot? Grand Theft Auto. All the Grand Theft Auto games, like the old ones. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Fallout 3. I guess that's not that old.
Fallout 3 is pretty old, dude. I think it came out on the 360.
Yeah, I go back to Fallout 3 pretty regularly.
Do you?
Weirdly enough, I don't know why. I always start games on Fallout and get to like level 15 and then quit.
Conker's Bad Fur Day for me. I play a lot of Conker's Bad Fur Day.
Yeah, that's a good one. Smash Bros. The older Smash Bros. I'll play those.
Oh, dude, yeah. I forgot about that.
I play that Kirby game a lot on SNES or on NES, the Kirby Dreamland or whatever.
Yeah. I like that.
Yeah.
Also, all the old Mario Party games.
Oh, bro, I play those a lot. Like
Mario Party 1 through 3.
Mario Party 1 through 3. Yeah, I'm all about all of those.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, those never get old ever. You'll never take that away from me. No,
good question.
But yeah, thanks for that one.
We've got Kyle McAvoy here. He says, "What difficulty do you start any game on, and how does it relate to your personality?"
I typically it just depends. It really depends. Like if I'm just trying to play a game for like the story and shit, I'm going normal. But if it's a game like like Doom or Wolfenstein, I always go the hardest difficulty. And what does that say about my personality? It says I got problems. I don't even know, like with the hard difficulty thing, like I really do like to play hard games. Don't get me wrong. Like I like a challenge, and I like that feeling of being able to turn around and be like, yeah, I fucking did that. And I'm going to hold it over everybody's head for the rest of my life. Like I played, what was it? The most recent Wolfenstein, not the shitty one, the one before that, Wolfenstein, New Colossus. That's what it was called.
You talking about Wolfenstein 2?
Yeah, Wolfenstein 2. It was like the New Colossus or something like that. I think it was the New Colossus. I beat that one on the hardest difficulty.
Oh, it's a hard game.
And I feel so good about that. That's all I got to say.
See, my thing is like generally I play on like normal or easy difficulty on almost everything.
Easy?
Yeah. Like I'll
What?
Yeah. I don't care.
No wonder you're playing through all these games so fast.
Hey, I got shitloads of games to play, man. I'm not trying to sit here and fucking...
Well, why play them on easy?
Because, man, I'm trying to relax. I'm not trying to fucking die. But then there are exceptions. There are exceptions. I played Sekiro all the way through. I played any game that's like meant to be hard.
Yeah,
if it's part of the experience, I'll play it hard. Like the Jedi Fallen Order game, I played that on a hard difficulty, and that was
there difficulty settings in that? Yeah, there was.
Yeah, there was. I played on Jedi Grandmaster or some shit. It was really
Grandmaster Flex.
It was really, really fucking hard. Dark Souls, shit like that. I'll play that on the hardest. That UFC game, I play that on the hardest difficulty. But some games like Wolfenstein, I played that on easy. You know what I mean? I just don't fucking care. You're
crazy, dude. Wolfenstein is like the Dark Souls of first-person shooters.
Well, see, I think it's a first-person shooter thing. I feel like with first-person shooters, I genuinely prefer it to be easier.
Why did I say those first-person shooters? Like, I was like, it's the Dark Souls of first-person shooters. Like, I emphasize the first person. It's first-person shooter. I don't know why I said it like that. And I feel like that's a problem. all of this is a problem. Okay, what does that say about your personality for you playing easy?
I think it just like to relax. You know what I mean? It's not like
I feel like it almost shows that you don't care about the like difficulty, like like you
it
just
depends on the game. You know, like Skyrim and stuff like that. I usually play on like easy or normal. You know what I mean?
I can understand normal. But
Lately, I've been
easy,
going with normal most games. Like Final Fantasy, I'm playing on normal.
I
You
have
know what I mean?
never, ever in my life, ever. I don't think I've ever put a game on easy. Like that just blows my mind, dude. That's something I did not know about you.
Really?
You put it on easy?
Sometimes. Yeah, a lot of the time.
Early childhood games? Like,
Hey, man. You know?
we just never
It's
talk
It's
again.
all about the experience for me. You know what I mean? Like sometimes I just want to relax and enjoy the game. I don't want to learn.
No wonder you
know?
like these Telltale games and stuff. Oh man, this makes more sense to me now.
Bro, go beat Sekiro and then lecture me about difficulty. You know what I'm saying?
I just like fucking with you. Yeah,
Oh.
no, that's all good. It's all good. It's whatever. I don't really care. I'm gonna get you a shirt that says easy mode.
Hey, I'm okay with that. You know?
Would you
If
wear
there
that?
was an easy mode in life, I would be on easy mode. You know
Would
what
you?
I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm gonna get. That's awesome. Okay. Well, is that it for the listener questions this week? I know we didn't have as many as usual.
No, yeah, pretty slim pickings.
Slim pickings. I like that. Okay. Well, thanks for the questions, guys. We learned a little bit about Brent, and no, just kidding. No, just kidding.
The shame over
I
here.
would just keep fucking with you. But anyways, now we're gonna round out the show with Brent's
Super Hardcore Video Game Trivia Challenge. These are 5 questions here to ask you existential questions until the reality of the question as a whole. This week's topic is games with dragons.
Man, I don't know shit about no dragons, but all right, let's do this. I'm ready.
You gotta believe, Jamel. Okay.
All right, I'm in it.
All right.
I'm in it to win it. I said I don't like easy games. You know what I'm saying?
This is what you get.
I don't like no easy A's. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna work for my A's. All right, what do we got?
Number 1.
Okay.
In Spyro 2, Ripto's Rage, who is the NPC that blocks your path until you pay him, quote, a small fee? Is it A, Coinsworth, B, Kachinga, C, Moneybags, or D, Jim, the gem collector?
Okay, that last one's got to be fucking fake. I'm gonna say this is a toss up between A and B for me. What's A and B again?
Coinsworth and Kachinga.
Oh no. Okay, so it's A and C.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, which one is C?
So C is Moneybags.
Okay.
And A is Coinsworth.
Oh man, this is so hard because I know it's one of those.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say just for time's sake, I like to save time. I'm just gonna go with one, and I'm gonna throw out Moneybags.
Hey, you got it!
Whoa, bow.
Moneybags it is.
Hell yeah.
You got to admit, though, Jim the Gem Collector is a great name.
I think
You know
it's
what I
the
mean?
fact that you stumbled over it.
I know.
That
I really fucked it up. You know what
like
I mean?
if you wouldn't have stumbled over it, I probably would have fell for it. I probably would have been like, well, there are gems.
It's a shame. It
Yeah.
really is.
Jim the Gem Collector.
All right. Number 2.
Okay.
In Skyrim, what dragon is known as, quote, the World Eater? Is it A, Alduin, B, Parthenox, C, Odahviing, or D, Skuldafn?
Okay. The fact that you put a Skyrim question in this is bullshit. But all right, because I don't know anything about Skyrim. I'm going to say, I'm just going to throw out a letter and hope it's right.
All right, believe.
B.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, play again.
I'm
No.
sorry.
Who was it?
It was A, Alduin.
Sure.
I'm sorry.
Okay. All right. I mean, I don't feel bad because I don't know shit about that.
Okay. All right. Number 3. Here you go. Believe in this. Okay. Believe in
believing.
yourself.
Okay.
Okay.
Eyes closed.
True
spirit
or false?
open.
Spirit open. True or false? In the original Final Fantasy VII, Cloud and Sephiroth fight a dragon together.
Okay. All right. Oh, do they? Or
True or
is that a
false?
true?
Yeah.
Yes, true.
True. Yes.
Yeah.
All right. 2 out of 3.
I was like, is he gonna make me try and remember the name of this dragon?
No,
Like,
yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, no, not as
Yeah.
hardcore in that one.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Got 2 of them.
All right. Number 4. In The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild,
Oh, love it.
there are several massive dragon bosses scattered around the map. How many in total are there? A, 2, B, 3, C, 4, or D, 5?
It's 2.
It's 3.
What?
Unfortunately.
Did I miss one?
I think so. Apparently.
I must have missed one.
So apparently there's 3. According to the internet. I could be wrong.
No, you're probably right. Like that makes me want to go back and find the third one.
I was about to say, it's such a big map. It's probably like just somewhere way the fuck. You know what I mean?
Wow, that blows my mind.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
All right. That's okay. You're still doing good. You 50-50 here. This
All
is
right,
the
I got one last one.
This is the make it or break it right
Yeah, if I lose this one, I lose the whole dragon game.
here. All right, number 5. In order to technically beat Minecraft, what final boss must you defeat?
I know this one.
Oh, good. Is it A, the Elder Dragon, B, the Ender Dragon, C, the Final Dragon, or D, the Master Dragon?
It's the Ender Dragon.
Hey, you got it!
Yeah.
Jamal wins the game!
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
I wish we could rig up confetti to shoot out every time you won. Like
And then we have to like clean it up afterwards. It's just like a whole thing.
every episode, or just sweeping up confetti.
Oh yeah, dude, that would suck. But I'd be down for it.
I'd be down for it.
Yeah. So, anyways, wow, that was a good show.
That was a good one.
Good show. Anyways, remember, guys, you've been listening to GameSpeak Podcast, courtesy of GameSpeakPodcast.com. GameSpeakPodcast.com. The show posts for free every Wednesday on all podcast platforms. Be sure to submit any questions you want us to read on the show to the GameSpeak Podcast Facebook group at facebook.com/group/GameSpeak Podcast. Check out our video content on youtube.com/createforsanity. And if you want to stay up to date with us, ya boys, you can find me on Twitter at the handle AlJafferJamel and Brent at Brent Has One. That's the number 1. And check out the GameSpeak Podcast Instagram. And thanks for all the follows, guys, on Twitch, by the way. Until next time, listeners,